Got an ambitious program this morning, I think, but we'll see how we get on, okay? So we've got mobilise, a few sort of combination stretches, and then my intention was to go through our feet and work up to our hips. So that's my intention. So we'll see how we get on. So let's start by just mobilising, warming up from the neck down. So it's going to rotate round. Good. Keep going. Get it nice and loose. Good. And then up into this position, and we're going to go forward and straight back. Forward and straight back. Forward and straight back. Forward and straight back. Good. From here, we're going to turn and back, turn and back, turn and back, turn, and then to the other side. Turn and back, turn and back, turn and back, turn. Okay. I'm just going to turn sort of 45 degrees here so you get a sort of full appreciation of what I'm doing. So it's called a half roll down. And we're going to roll each vertebrae at a time down to about halfway, and then you'll see what we're going to do. So chin tucks in, rolling down. You get to about here, bend your knees, hands on your knees, belly out, draw it back in, repeat, belly out, draw it back in, and then chin down and roll up. And repeat, down again. Okay, halfway, belly out, belly in, belly out, belly in, belly out, and then chin down, roll back up. Good. Okay. Hands across you like so, keep your feet planted and your hips facing the camera. And we're just going to rotate and rotate, rotate and rotate. Good. Keep going. Rotate and rotate. Then we're going to bend forward slightly and rotate and try and put this elbow on this knee. Good. And switch. Good. And switch. And switch. Good. Hands on your hips. And let's roll our hips round. Good. Change directions. Good. Lovely. Feet a little bit closer together, and we're going to fold over, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, down, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, down, 1, 2, 3, 4. Relax in this position onto your mat. Okay. And we're going to go into some movement-based stretches, okay? So give yourself a bit of space. What we're going to do is we're going to come into our child's pose. Now, I'm not going to do a full child's pose, because a full child's pose means you put your bum down to your hips. And that, to me, stretches your lats, which are these big bits of tissue here. Whereas what I want to do is I want you to keep your bum in the air and stretch through your thoracic spine by pushing your chest down, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to hold that for a few seconds, and then we're going to slide across the floor and up, shoulders down and back, and hold. Okay, hold that for a few seconds. Come back down to the floor, slide back up, bum in the air, and then chest down. Good, hold. And slide forward, and up, and hold, shoulders down and back, push your hips into the floor. Good, should feel that through the stomach. Come down, slide back along, bum in the air, chest down. Good. And relax. Now, I'm just going to move around so you can see. So we're quite accustomed to doing threading the needle, which of course looks like this, okay? But what we're going to do now is we're going to do it with a slight hip emphasis. So you're going to slide, in this case, my left leg slightly further back. The right leg then comes out into as if I was going to stretch my adductors. And what we're going to do is we're going to come down like so. Okay, same usual thread the needle, but you should also feel it in the groin. And then you're going to come up and turn. And down. And turn. And down. Hold. And turn. Down. And turn. Good. Back up. Switch your feet over. So bring this one out to the side. We're going to come down, hold, and turn. Down, hold, and turn. Down, hold, and turn. Good. Relax. Very, very good. Okay. So, we're coming into almost a down dog position, not quite. So, we're going to be in this position here, and what we're going to do is we are going to bring the right leg forward, drop the left knee, and we're going to come up and stretch and hold. Back down, feet back, back up into our down dog or bad plank position, whichever you prefer. Left leg forward, hold for a second, drop the knee, arms up. Good. Lovely. And down, hands down, feet back to our position. Right foot forward again. Drop the knee, pause for balance, up and stretch. Good. And down. Feet back, bum in the air. Left foot forward. Okay, knee down, up and extend. And relax. Well done. So this time what we're going to do is we're going to go from a hamstring stretch position. So we're going to come here, stretch down. You can have one hand on the floor if you want to. Okay. Hold for a few seconds. Draw the foot in slightly. Come through and into crescent. Good. And back to your hamstring. And hold. Good. Really get down there, okay? Really pull it down. Good. Relax. Through into your lunge. Pause for a second. And up and stretch. Good. And back. Get right down into that hamstring. Good. And stretch, and up, and relax. Switch over. So right foot forward. Now we all have one hamstring tighter than the other. This is my tighter one, so we've got to work a bit harder on it, okay? So down into that hamstring stretch. Get right down there. So if you've got a slight degree of bend in the knee, which I suggest you do, you should be able to feel that right away in the mid-belly of the muscle, which is where you want it to be. Okay? Then come out into the lunge, balance for a second, and up and hold. Good. And relax. And back. Get right down there on that hamstring. Good. And hold. Forward, control the lunge. And up you come. Good. Very good. And back. Down onto that hamstring. Good. And hold. And forward. And crescent for the last time. Okay. And relax. Stand up. Shake that out for a moment. Have a little drink if you want one, because the next one is ambitious. So, what we're going to do is we're going to try and do a down dog with hip extension. Now, this is not easy. You need to have good strength through your wrists for this and reasonable flexibility. Okay, so we're going to start in our down dog position. Now, I don't expect anybody to get this perfectly right as long as the message is in there, okay? And then once we're comfortable, what we're going to do is we're going to extend one leg up. Now, what we're going to then do is on my right toes, I'm going to come right up and I'm going to extend and push my toes away my right foot. Okay, and down. Pause for a second. Okay, and switch. Push away, up on the toes on the right leg, push the left toes and point them. And change. Pause for a second and extend. Good. And relax. Last one, and extend. And relax down. Now, that's not easy to do well, okay? And when you see the pictures of, people doing it, they do it far better than most of us do, okay? But the point is that unless you practice, you'll never get better at it. So sometimes we just have to do things like that. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go into all fours. And I want you to imagine that we're going to do a normal cat stretch, but we're going to do it with one hand in the small of our back, so we're resting on one hand. And then what we're going to do, we're going to come up, keep your shoulder blades flat against your rib cage, and then down, okay? All right, and up. Hold, that's it. Try and squeeze your shoulder blade down your back towards your hips and down. Good. And up. And down. Good. Relax. Switch over. Okay, so we're going to come up. Squeeze that shoulder blade down towards your hips and down. Good. Up and down. Good. Up. Squeeze that shoulder blade down and down. Good. Relax. Okay, from here, you need to grab a chair, or you can do it on your sofa for the next couple of stretches, okay? So, now, what we're going to do is sitting up nice and tall when you've got your chair or on your sofa, we're going to literally I'm going to move slightly this way. So you probably want your knees together at the front. Now it is important to sit up nice and tall. So we don't want to do this slumping because it will stretch in all wrong bits. Okay, so up nice and tall. We're going to take left hand onto right thigh. Right hand goes behind and we're going to try and turn as if we were trying to reverse the car. Okay, and hold. Up nice and tall. Good. Hold. Don't force it too much. Okay. And change. So right hand, left thigh. And left hand goes round to the back. And turn. Good. And hold. And change. Good. And change. Very good. And relax. Shake that out. Well done. Okay, so from here, what we're going to do is we're going to do a very similar sort of movement, but a bit more for your lumbar spine. So I'm going to take my right foot out, so my lower leg comes at 45 degrees. I'm then going to hold one side of my thigh, or the chair underneath if I can get it, and the back of the chair, and then I'm going to push through that foot in a diagonal angle and stretch so I get some lumbar side bending here, and hold. And you should feel that here. Good. And relax. Switch the foot over. Turn with the hands and push through the left foot this time. Try and get that concavity in your spine. So you want the concavity on the left-hand side. Good. And relax. Very, very good. Okay, lose your chair for a second. Back into a standing position. And we're going to try and do, we're going to try and do what's called the revolved chair. So we're going to squat slightly. We're going to put our hands together and we're going to twist and rotate so that my left elbow goes on my right thigh, and hold. Good. And change. Go to the other side. You may find that one side is easier than the other. And relax. Good. Now, at this point, go down to your mat, and you're probably going to want to take your shoes off, okay? In fact, almost certainly you are. So we're going to go through some feet work, okay? And then work all the way back up our legs, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to focus on our toes. So with your shoes off, I literally want you to grab hold of your big toe, support your foot with the other hand, and I want you to pull your big toe up as far as it will go. Now it should go to right angles. And then what I want you to do is I want you to push your big toe back that way against your fingers. So push, okay, keep pushing, and then relax and stretch it a bit further. Push, keep going, keep going, keep going, relax, stretch it a bit further. One more, push, relax, and stretch it a bit further, okay? Switch over. So, right foot toes, pull them up, and then push that ball of your foot in there, relax and stretch, push, and stretch, push, and stretch, push, and stretch. Lovely, good. Now, we're going into what you might describe as sort of a squat position, okay? So we're hooking our toes over like that. We're on our knees and we're leaning back slightly, okay? And you should feel that right the way through what we call the metatarsal heads. So if this was your foot along this edge here, really, really important, because as we all get older, we get more and more feet problems, and lots of people end up suffering in this area with something called metatarsalgia, which is really not very fun, okay? So come forward and just relax a second, wiggle your toes, hook them back over, okay, and stretch again. Good. And relax. Okay, this time, what we're going to do is we're going to drop one foot out, and we're literally going to do it on one toe. That's one set foot at a time. Okay, so like so. All right, really working on that. Now you can make it harder by pushing up higher. Okay, and we'll switch over. So as the other foot, push those toes down into the floor and stretch. Okay, lovely. Right, up, standing up. Now, okay, this one you have to go searching for the stretch on this a little bit. So we're going to take our foot and we're going to evert it. So we're going to turn it like that. So my little toes go against the floor. Now, naturally, this will cause you to bend your knee. What we're then going to do is we're going to try and stand up tall and straighten that knee and sort of push our hips that way. And you should feel it right round the side of your ankle, up through your toes, maybe into your shin a little bit. Good. And change over. Okay. So, hooking your little toe down and then standing up tall, trying to straighten your knee and push your hips that way. And again, you should feel that going around the side of the left ankle and the left foot. Good. Lovely. Right. Before we move on, a little bit of homework for you. So, supposedly, what you're supposed to be able to do is with your bare feet, you're supposed to be able to take your four fingers and put them between the spaces between each toe, right? Like that. I'm not going to do it because it's hard to do with socks. It's something you can play around with. But if you can't do that, that suggests that the underside of your foot is too tight and you need to do these type of stretches a bit more. So what you should be able to end up doing is bare your toes, putting a finger between each one comfortably. It's actually surprisingly difficult to do, but worth trying, and it's quite therapeutic. So anyhow, moving on. So we're going to go down into our plank position. We're going to cross right foot over left heel, and we're going to stretch our left heel down and hold. Good. Keep holding. Push it down. And change over. Good. Keep holding. Good. Very good. And down onto our backside. So, feet together. We're going to do a hamstring point and press, okay? So we're going to point our toes down. We're going to pull them all the way up. Hold, relax, and stretch. Pull down a little bit with your arms. You might feel a little bit in the lower back. You might feel it in the hamstring or a touch of both. Okay, and relax. Point your toes. Relax. Pull them up. And stretch. Good. Relax. Point. Pull. Stretch. Good. Point your toes. Pull them. And stretch. Good. All right. Now, I'm just going to roll round here slightly. Please be careful with this one. So we're going to do the candle. So if you have neck pain or significant back pain, just be careful. Don't force this one. Just literally go through the movements. What we're going to do is we're going to come up into a shoulder stand or a candle position, and we're going to drop one leg down. We're going to push my right leg out and my left leg, sorry, my right leg up to the ceiling and my left leg out. Just let it hold there. Okay. Switch. Good. Hold. Back up and let both drop down within toleration. Come back up. Pause for a second to recontrol. Left, up, right, up, both under control. Just let them dangle there, don't force it too much. And gently unwind. Very good. Good. Okay, so legs nice and wide, okay? And we're going to go through our adductors a little bit, okay? So, work your shoulders up nice and high. Leave your left hand where it is. And we're going over and stretch. Good. Just hold. Push a little bit more if you can. And relax. Okay, an additional cheat to this one. So, walk your shoulders up, right? Over you come, hold for a second or two, relax into it, and then in this case, if I push through my right arm, I can stretch a little bit further. Good. And up. Walk your shoulders up and over to the left, dangle for a second, and then push your arm a bit further. Good. Hold. And change, walk it up and over and stretch. Good. Relax. Final thing. So, flat on our back, knees bent, right foot comes across left thigh. Now, normally in this position, we would then stretch our glutes, but we're not going to do that. We're going to pull our left foot in a bit further, and we are going to hold our right ankle there, and we're going to articulate our right knee up and down, and you should feel that stretch somewhere in here. Okay, it's also a good thing to do if you generally have what we might call tight hips. Okay, you want to do 10 to 15 reps of that. Good. And change. Over we go. Support the ankle and then push the thigh. Again, 15 or so reps. Good. Lovely. And relax. Let's get you to your feet. Shake it all out. Just a little remobilization just to finish off. So we're going to roll our neck round. Good. Keep going round. Lovely. Good. And relax. Shoulders. Good. Lovely. Legs nice and wide. Over and stretch and change. And change. And change. Good. Shake that all out. Okay. We're going to put hands on our knees. Rotate them round. Change directions, keep going. Good. Change direction. Change direction. Good. Shake it all out. We should be done. Well done, everybody. Worked hard today. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week.